trying to live, they look at me, their eyes got dollar signs. They want the kid to give it all up, fall apart, break down. I ain't got much left, what they want take now. My life, I got so much more to offer. I'ma make them watch me be #1 till I'm done, yeah. I try to help a nigga eat, man, it's hard out on the street, cause I'm kinda think I'm weak. They burn me. They see the way I grind and they like the way I shine. They want paper like mine. They burn me. Man, they be on some shit when they tryna hit a lick. Man, a motherfucker flip. So they burn me. You think they won't trip cause you helped them from the rip? They ain't loyal to shit. They bringing me all the way down. Treat me just because I'm down. I don't know what to do now. Me, my loyalty is what I'm about. They burn me over and over and over, like they doing what they supposed to. They burn me. Goddamn, look at how they do me. Somebody new trying to sue me, so they burn me. So they burn me.
Motherfucking sight. Big baller, Tupac in this bitch. You know how we swing this shit. By age 16, I sold the dope fiends. Not yet a drug dealer, but I watched them closely. Until they noticed me, I got the feds wondering who broke the law. Fought to inhibit it for gun smoke, I broke his jaw. Words harder than a fucking diamond. Mobile phone call to Simon, niggas tripping, homie, when we ride. Fuck them slowly like Jodeci. And stick a needle in my eye if I don't live and die for MOB. And fuck your homeboys, nigga, we can drop the guns. Hit your block and we can box for fun. Nigga, one-on-one, last to fall is a baller cat. It's death row, why the fuck you think we call it that? So if you knew me in my past life, don't act like we homeboys. Ain't no love in the fast life. I switch gears on them jealous bitches, who do you fit? The game plan of a changed man. So what I'm saying is, now you can ride with me, live and die with me. Fucking with a changed man, but no one understands the ways of a changed man. Changed man, now you can ride with me, live and die with me. Changed man, but no one understands the ways of a changed man. $1 million plots, birds and flocks is how I want to live. It's hard to change after living so negative. What I give back is max and packs and facts. An everlasting game, watch your back and stack. Young next, stay the locus and keep your focus. Don't get grounded by down, niggas soak this game. From the criminal elements, stay wide open. Buzz smoking, nigga trip, get the gas smoking. Keep hoping and praying, laying a foundation. Watch these fake G's in perpetration. Imitation you see through, stay true to the ones you love. Put slugs in them wannabe thugs. And you plug beside bud and alcohol. You make emergency call to a downfall. After all, they got pins for us and our future kids. All the things I did with my six. Now you can ride with me, live and die with me. Fucking with a change man, but no one understands the ways of a change man. Nigga, you fucking with a change man. Now you can ride with me, live and die with me. Fucking with a change man, but no one understands.
I got you. We got you. So we're gonna trip it up. That last game was just a burner, and man, oh man. So we're back at it again, and you got YSS, and man, it's starting off launching. But you got YSS and Black Leather Supreme. Those are the two teams that are playing. So we're gonna get this one going.
Murder my enemies, I'm mashing until I'm gone. Wanna love to my thug niggas, and fuck a bitch, cause the truth is the love niggas. Throw your hands in the air, close your eyes and hope. Never come against the massive smoke on death row. My adversaries bleed.
All right, we're gonna get this going. Boy, that was a burner. If this one matches that intensity, you're here at the HBCU Pro Basketball Association, and this is the Pro-Am National Basketball Championship. And boy, we had a burner, and we're gonna have another good one. YSS, okay, they're ready to go, and I think you're gonna have this thing go down to the wire as well. That's a good bucket right there. Here's what I know, that Black Leather Supreme, the coach has scouted him out. He's really good at transitional, what he's got to do to win it. But YSS starts slow, and I'll tell you what, they got Dominique Johnson, number 5. Dominique Johnson for YSS has been overseas. Okay, he's also played in the NBA. And what you got here, he was off the last game. If he gets cooking, he's retired now. He's a coach at Azu Pacific. But if he gets it going, I think they're going to run away with this. But you know what? Time and time again, Black Leather Supreme has surprised me. Those guys can play basketball. And sometimes you get the right matchup, you get the right teams, and teams seem to work themselves out. But I do know this, as we get down to the Final Four, which this game is going to take us down to it, I just know that these guys know what they need to do. They know they got to execute, and they know they're putting it all on the line right now. So either way, but this one's going to be battle. They're playing for 100,000 grand prize. And again, this is the Delaware USA Sports, the National Pro-Am Basketball Championship. We're down here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it's also in conjunction in partnership with HBCU Pro Basketball and also HBCU Go Sports. So you stay tuned, because this one's going to be a burner, and we're going to bring it to you. That's a good stroke. They're going to transition right away. That's a good play, guys. Oh, we got a late whistle. He did catch him going up. We're going to get 2 shots on that one. Now, I do know this, the officials, these are NBA in training. They just came out of camp. So you're going to get the best of the best officials. The officials are ran by Tom Draker at Delaware USA Sports. He has put many officials into the NBA. He's the go-to guy for the NBA, and he's been doing it for a long time. And basically, he's out of Delaware. So basically, you're getting the best of the officials, and these guys are ready. If they handle this, they got a good opportunity. They'll be going as an NBA official. Second free throw's off the mark, and we're going to keep it here. Looks like it's kicked out of bounds. And like I said, folks, you keep an eye on number 5, Dominique Johnson. I believe he's going to be the difference in the game. He didn't have a great game. We talked after last game, and I can tell you he's ready to go. He said, hey, look, you just wait and see. I'll show you what I can do. That one's off the mark, so we're going to transition back the other way. And again, YSS is 3-0. They've actually handled all of their business. They played a tight one in the last one. They do know how to execute, and they do know how to shoot the ball, but they're patient, and they can make baskets from different angles of the court. But you've got also on the other side, Black Leather Supreme. They're able to do it as well, and right now they're taking a 7-5 lead. We're just getting started, 7:43 to go in the first. That was pretty close to a travel there, but he actually pushed it away, had a man he gave it to. And folks, again, we've got our sponsors. I tell you what, if you haven't been to Mario West Side Markets, that is the best soul food you got in Las Vegas. Fried okra, fried pickles, greens, candy yams. Okay, so you got to get out there. I'm talking about if you want some fried fish, that's the place to go. Chicken ribs, links, pulled pork. And they are putting it down banana pudding and sweet potato casserole. Second free throw's up and good, but give it a try. Mario West Side Market. Okay, we got 7-6, and we're going to see how this one's going to tail out in the first quarter. They're going to execute 2-man game. He's actually slipped it. He's going to shoot that 3. That's money in the bank. So you got a pick and pop there. Those times players got 2 options. They can slip the screen or they can run a pick and pop. Because the big can shoot it, he's used to picking and popping consistently. That's a good baseline jumper right there. Now here's 2 players that are family on going to be in the Black Leather Supreme. You got number 8 and number 5. Number 8's the older cousin. Number 5's the younger cousin. And he kind of shared his younger cousin is still playing. He's got aspirations to get to the NBA. So you keep an eye on those 2 on the Black Leather Supreme because they are really exciting. They got good elevation and they can play basketball. So this one's just going to come down to a matchup of who can execute better. They both know how to manufacture points. They both are excellent in team defense. And I'll tell you what, that Supreme coach, he'll scout you, but the other coach on the other side, they do it just as well. So this one here is going to be a barn burner. I don't think anyone's going to get away early, and they're going to just have to see who can execute the best. That's a good slip. Oh, that's a way to get it at the top. I tell you what, they got a box out, and YSS got caught off guard on that block. They got him on the transition, and oh, there you go, good play. They're going to hit him. The players are not agreeing with it. They thought it was clean. But nevertheless, they hit him with the foul. And they're going to sit in line for 2 shots. But you know what? They're still at him, saying the refs, they're talking to him now, saying that play, you missed that one. And it happens, folks. Referees are going to try to control the tempo early. So they're going to try to whistle everything to keep it tight. First 3 throws is missed. But a lot of times they may miss it. But, you know, they have a way of giving it, correct it. And what are they doing? They're talking to coach now. And a lot of times they'll say, hey, if I missed it, you know what, it did. I'll make sure I get it the next time. Second free throw. Ah, there he is right there. That's a great offensive rebound. Great timing. I told you got to watch them because those 2 cousins, they can play basketball and they're good off the dribble. And that's an easy bucket. It's 14-8. You got the Black Leather Supreme is controlling it, and they're also controlling the glass as well. That was about a 28-footer that fell short. Oh, that's a nice jumper. That's a real nice jumper coming off the dribble. That's a good up and under move. Came up a little short. It's going to keep it here. That ball's tipped out of bounds. You've got Black Leather. What they figured out, coach said he can get active on the offensive glass. They're crashing the glass. They've already got 3 offensive rebounds, and at some point they're going to have to settle that down. They're not going to be able to continue to let them hit that glass. We got Barron came back with us, 5:28, 14-10. We got a burner here. You got YSS versus Black Leather Supreme.
Oh, yes, yeah. This is one of my actually favorite teams of the tournament, because of the way they play fundamental basketball here on defense. As you'll see, they don't have the big names on their squad, but again, they're taking the time to play, again, team ball, and team ball is going to hit this tournament.
I tell you what, that's keeping it here. He can't come from out of bounds. That's a good call.
Oh, that's a good call by the ref.
Now, which one's your favorite team?
So, it's the...
Team in the red.
Yeah, the red. Team in the red. Black Leather Supreme. Yeah, look, you caught me off guard when you asked me for the name, but no, Black Leather Supreme is because I watched them actually be down early in this tournament in a game, and again, the way they played team basketball, they did not match up athletic-wise and talent-wise with that team, but the way that they run their plays, the way that they run their scheme, it's hard for these teams that don't have good coaching. Again, we just saw it again, how coaching plays a major effect into how these games turn out. So again, great talent here, but you got to have the right support system on and off the court, on and off the bench to win this tournament here.
And folks, what Brian Byrne is talking about, they play yo-yo on a string, meaning they play connected on offense, and they also play connected on defense. So
good
basically,
shot.
They're not going to rattle. They've been here. They know how to execute. They know how to manufacture points. So they're going to play their game. It's 14-13, but he's saying that he likes Black Leather Supreme, and I like YSS. So we're going to see who can actually beat who. But both of them are solid. Here's Dominique Johnson here, and I tell you, that's an NBA player, and he's won championships in Europe. So he's just kind of settling, but I'll tell you what, I look for him to have a big game.
Oh, absolutely. And that's, again, this is probably going to be the best fundamentally sound game that we have basketball-wise, because you're going to see 2 teams that are well-coached, playing just fundamentally sound basketball. They won't get rattled. They're going to push and drive, and they're going to look and see what opportunity that they have here. Again, great switch there on defense by YSS. So, again, let's see how this goes. Oh, throw it away.
That one away. And he blew the layup. So that's
yeah, exactly.
You got to make that when you're playing for getting ready to go to the championship.
Wide open. Great shot.
Long rebound.
Well,
That's going to score.
Hey, he has been one of my players I've watched get better each and every minute of the games that he's been in. That first game I watched him come, and when he cut it on, he was the dominant force of that game. So number 5 for Black Leather Supreme. I'm rooting for he's solid. Yeah. I'm rooting for him to be MVP of this tournament if they win it all. So he's been solid all tournament so far. As he works the post here, number 21 for YSS. He can't finish.
Well, here's what you got. You got number 5 and number 8 are cousins. Okay, number 5, you're looking at the younger cousin. Number 8, you're looking at the older cousin. I talked to him last night, and his cousin's still playing. So he said, hey, he's just trying to get it in. Now, I might have that reversed, but I think I got it right. Now, here's what I want to tell you, Byron. Both of these teams came back from behind last night. Both of them were down. They battled back, and they got to this point. So there's no quit in either one of them. 2:44 to go in the first 16, 13. This is going to be a good burner as well.
It's going to definitely be because, again, you're talking about two teams that have fight. And, again, Black Leather Supreme, why they became my favorite team is because they have been fighting all tournament. They've come back. They've sat down. And, again, they have a player coach. I don't know how more effective that may be for them to help them out, actually having their coach right there in the middle of the action with them. But that player coach style has led them this far in the tournament. So I want to see, how does that go up against traditional coaching when we're talking about YSS? As his coach right now is getting into his players, getting them fired up to come out to finish out this first period. So again, you have two different styles of coaching here, two different styles of teams. Let's see how this plays out here.
Well, I tell you what, when you're an HBCU Pro Basketball Association, you can be a head coach or a player coach as long as you get the buy-in. If those guys are bought in, and I can tell you right now, the Black Leather Supreme with their player coach, they're bought in.
They're bought in.
They believe in what he's saying, and they are executing. Now, it takes high IQ players to do that, okay, and no animosity or no jealousy.
You have to have respect. I mean, a different level of respect to have an actual player coach coaching your team, especially in a high-caliber tournament like this, because that means you trust his decision enough to know that he's not making his own personal player basketball decision. He can swap between the two. Again, he's making the subs, he's making the calls, but where he needs to be in the game, he does. Again, we haven't even really seen him in action in this game, more on the coaching role, but the fact that he's able to jump in there and see the things and be able to make the things that happen that need to happen, that may be huge for the Black Leather Supreme.
That is extremely huge, and basically what it says is he's been around the game long enough, and the guys trust him.
They trust him and respect him, and that goes a long way with any coach. If a team doesn't trust and respect their coach, it's not going to go anywhere. You got Phil Jackson on the team. If your players doesn't trust him or respect him, it doesn't matter,
Well, you can't get this deep in the National Pro-Am playing for $100,000 and not trust a prospect and trust a coach.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that one.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks. This one here, we got 2-11 in the first. We're starting off just where I thought we would. It's 16-15. So basically, we're about even. And at the end of the day, I can tell you this much. When two teams are even, they're just waiting on somebody to make a mistake. That free throw is going to be offside iron. But both teams know if they do get behind, they have the ability to come back. So what do you got there? Now it's going to come back. Did anybody scout the other team out? Do they know what they need to do? If they know what they need to do, they can execute it and get the game to the level and position that they want it.
Absolutely. It's just like we just saw in the last previous game. There's always a kink in the armor. Now each team is still trying to fill each other out here, trying to figure out what that kink is, what they can exploit on offense and on defense to give them that push to push them over ahead. Again, we just saw it in the last game how well when the WAG saw how to use the press to their advantage to get them back in that game to where that game came down to the last second shot. Again, they were down by about almost 20 at one point during that game. and they were down the majority of the game. So again, these teams are going to, of course, fill each other out because they're both fundamentally sound this first period. I'm excited to see how the second period goes when they really try to force their will on each other.
I tell you what, man, it doesn't matter whether you're in the NBA or the HBCU, Pro Basketball Association. I'm going to tell you this, talent doesn't win games. The Lakers can have all the talent. The Warriors have all the talent. The Sacramento Kings have all the talent, but guess where they are right now? They're at home sitting and watching.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
exactly.
you got to have some camaraderie. You got to have some unity. You got to be synced in together and bought in together to win in professional basketball.
Absolutely right. I absolutely concur. Again, as you speak about my Lakers right now, they're playing against the Denver Nuggets right now. They're up by 10 in the third. The current score is 77-67. The Lakers are winning at home, but the Nuggets do lead that series 3-0. So I'm praying that we don't get swept tonight. So hopefully, again, they can finish out. But again, coaching plays a major part in there. Again, as number 5 hits a 3.
Well, I'm glad you like the Lakers, but I got a little disappointed in you. They're always the fast horse out the gate. Boy, they peter out every time.
Every time. Even when I watched the game as I was coming in to Vegas for the tournament, again, it came down to those last 2 minutes of the game. They were leading all game, but they teetered out at the end.
Well, that's a good play. Way to keep it active. I tell you what, I like the way Black Leather Supreme is going. Oh, that's a travel. That's a travel. He pulled it back foot. Folks, it's 1:13 left in the first. We're 19-18. And this one here is just going back and forth, which I expected. Neither team is trying to do more than they can. They just want to see where they're at and what defense and strategy they need to go to. I don't think either team would need to go zone. I think they can go man-to-man because there's no disadvantage. They're matching up well in height. So one way or the other, we're going to see, that's a good cross-court pass. If he knocks
nice
it
down.
Yeah, he should have shot it right away, but they got the offensive glass for it back it up.
And again, they were able to get a finish on the second chance points there. But again, even with that, we still have a 1-point game here. So again, no one has pretty much forced their dominance to put their dominance on either team as of yet. As the Black Supreme hits a 3 from number 7, Alex Scale from the wing there.
Well, I tell you what, when you get playing pro basketball, three against 2, if you got one team making 3s and you're making 2s, you know what? After 5 shots, they got 15, you got 10.
Exactly,
okay? So
exactly.
You're going to have to make some 3s.
You're going to have to.
Black Leather Supreme, they're going to knock down some 3s.
As YSS actually hits a 3 there. So again, bad shot selection in my opinion from number 5, Tevion Jones from Black Leather Supreme. He's been playing good, but again, hero ball is not going to win this tournament or this game for you from either team. As number 3 from YSS hits a 3. Obviously not. It's wide open. Oh, bang! Black Leather Supreme with the 3 from number 2. Daniel Bahrain here, number 2 for Black Leather Supreme with the answer there as we close out the first period.
Well, I tell you what, that's bang, bang. I mean, we got 25, 26. So basically, both are even, like we said. Nobody's really going to run away with it. But who gets the most offensive rebounds and who makes the most 3s?
Absolutely. Again, right now, 3s and second-point shots have been the key counter to this first period here. But again, right now, both teams are fighting, they're battling. No one has pulled away. No one's found a thing to where they've been able to exploit the other team. So I'm excited to see how this turns out here. Again, as we currently look at the feed here, looking for the Black Leather Supreme coach coaching up his guys. Again, you have the player coach versus the coaching staff right now. He is working.
He Black Leather Supreme, he is working that huddle. And you got over here, YSS, he's working that huddle. These guys are intense. They are locked in. Okay, you can see there's a coach there. Black Leather Supreme, he's talking to each guy. He's telling them what he needs. Look at it. He's touching them up. He's saying, look, you got to do this. I need this from you. He's telling you what I need. And that's what you got to have, a coach that understands. He's saying, settle down. We don't need to rush. Let's play our game.
Exactly what he's saying. And again, I'm so excited again just to see how this plays out. Again, not only is he getting on his guys that he's currently having on the floor, He's letting his guys know that he's about to bring in, hey, this is what we have to do going forward, so everyone's prepared for what's coming next. So again, intense first half, great first period. This is going to be a good one.
Well, I tell you what, there could only be one winner, and there could only be one
The
loser.
loser. That's right. Again, going home with as we get a three from Wise. That's deep. That's
He's
deep.
falling out of bounds.
Oh,
He
yeah.
shot that and
Oh,
fell
yeah.
out of bounds. That's going to tell you that's about 28 feet.
That's a, and
Who
again.
makes the most threes? Gonna win it.
Hey, exactly. It's almost the golden rule of basketball. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Around the rim. Well, I'll tell you what I see. You got a team that both teams are locked in. Oh, that's a good slip.
Good.
If he makes that,
Oh, he has to finish that.
Boy, he almost had the offensive rebound. And folks, I'll tell you, when you get around the rim, they call them chippies.
Yes, sir.
You can't miss chippies.
Chippies. You can't miss chippies. No, sir.
You can't do it.
You can't do it. It's too easy of a shot.
These guys want another three. They're setting them up for the three-point
Absolutely.
shot.
Number 9, follow number 9 from YSS. So number 2, Daniel Bahrain.
Well, I tell you what they got is you got YSS that said, look, we're tired of the three-point shot. They've extended their defense beyond the three-point line. So when that happens now, you've got to be able to get around and you got to take that ball to the basket. Because they got them way extended out on the defense, and that lane should be wide open.
Absolutely. Again,
Got what they want.
two of the best penetrators are number 8 and number 5, Tevian Jones, and number 8, Jerron Hopkins. They've been, for what I've seen, determined the best kind of dribble penetrating for the Black Leather Supreme. So again, I'm really waiting to see those two get going and see how this game goes. And I think right now they're kind of filling it out and kind of keeping themselves undercover until it's that time for them to kind of take over that game.
I tell you
Again,
what,
good shot by number 8.
YSS, the YSS can get it in. When I say get it in, that means they come to eat.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now this should be good here because they're going to trap him. He should knock this down.
And again, number 2.
He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
little short.
He's a little short on that
They're
one.
patient. Look, they're not even trying to push it
Push
up.
up.
They want to manufacture point. What does manufacture mean? Nike manufactures clothes, sweatsuits. They manufacture points. That means they take patiently and put it in the basket.
Exactly, and that's what we're watching from YSS right now. But we're kind of seeing it from Black Leather Supreme too. No one's really trying to force it. Again, there he goes, number 8, dribble drive penetration. Again, if you let him and number 5 get going, YSS will have trouble stopping that offense. But again, everyone's kind of been with the outside shot as we get a 3 from number 55 from YSS.
Well, you got two good shooting teams that can shoot from the perimeter, and that kind of opens things up. But they're launching deep, and man, they're getting deeper and deeper. I'm not expecting Black Leather Supreme to shoot from 30 feet, but they don't have a limit.
It doesn't seem like it.
No, not at all. And
Good drive. It was a good hit by number 20 from YSS. Timeout, Black Leather Supreme.
Black Leather Supreme's seen enough. He stretched it out a 7-point lead. We got 7:27 left. It's 36-29. Folks, this is the National Pro-Am Basketball Championship. We're in Las Vegas, brought to you by Delaware USA Sports. And we also are in conjunction with HBCU Pro Basketball that's bringing it directly to you. And we also have HBCU Go Sports. So this one here is a burner. Now, at the end of the day, what are they playing for? They're playing for $100,000. And when you got $100,000 on the line, one of these teams got to go on. So we got something that we can do. And I'll tell you this, not only they're playing good basketball on the court, not only they're playing for $100,000, you got Mario Westside Market, the best soul food in Las Vegas. You got fried okra, fried pickles, greens, candy yams, dirty rice, mac and cheese, red beans, potato salad, fried fish, chicken ribs and leek, pulled pork sandwich, peach cobbler, banana pudding, and sweet potato casserole.
Home Alabama, and I feel like home going to Mario's Westside Market. So again, if you have a chance, please go visit them. Best soul food on this side of Vegas.
Well, I tell you what, country boys down in Alabama, they cook that whole hog. They like that vinegar sauce. Yes, they do. A little bit of pepper in that vinegar sauce. Man, oh man, hey. You know what? I'm a pit master myself. I like to cook it up good.
I'm gonna have to see now. I'm gonna have to see to make sure now. You said you're a pit master, so I want to see now what good barbecue is. You know, I'm from Alabama, so we'll see now, Mike.
I tell you what, sooner or later, we got to put the pudding on the pot, and you're going to get a chance to see it, I guarantee it. That'll be later, but we're going to have a long relationship.
You better cook like number 55 just cooked on that play, Mike.
You know what? He cooking.
He cooking right now.
You know, and I'm going to tell you something, folks. What you got here is you got talent, 38-31, and here's the problem. That you've got YSS is executing, and you got Black Leather Supreme is trying to cut off the fire, okay? And when you get a team that's figured you out and they know your weakness, they're executing to that weakness. And that's what the Denver Nuggets do, is they execute, and they're trying to go back-to-back in the NBA, and that's what you got here, folks. I mean, you got teams that are equal, but one is executing better than the other.
Is what? Yeah.
Now they're running that circle drill. They usually run pick and pop here, so he slipped that when he couldn't get it to him. Oh, that should be a bucket. That's a bucket. You can't get that deep in the paint. That's not possible to stop it. And either you can foul him, but other than that, you're going to give up that bucket. That moved it to 39-33. We got 6:23 to go in the second. That's good defense, good active hands. Continuation, called it on the floor. You know, Tom, we haven't seen a continuation play this entire tournament, and I'm wondering, is that something they're taking out of the game of basketball? No, he says, huh? So we got to look at that continuation, because that would have been a continuation play. Yes.
Great job. You know, refs are a lot of scrutiny right now from NBA and everyone else. Refs are under a
lot of scrutiny right now from the NBA to everywhere else. So again, getting these refs this training that they need, but you don't see that call called a lot in the NBA now, So I'm glad you asked that, because I was wondering the same thing. They called it on the floor, but as Tom told us, it should have been a continuation call.
And folks, continuation means in the NBA, if you already started your active shooting, even though the players fouls you in college basketball, they'll stop that play. In the NBA, they allow you to continue it and go ahead and make the basket.
Absolutely.
The bucket's good. They're going to count it and send you to the free throw line.
Absolutely. Oh, nice block by number 8 again for the Black Leather. Jerron Hopkins up. They couldn't finish. You got to capitalize there. Have a good defensive play like that.
Well, I tell you what, I haven't seen too many plays.
They're number 2, Daniel. There he goes.
I'm not sure what I'm seeing here, but I see them have 2 transition breaks, pull it back.
You got to finish. You got to finish that. I don't understand why you don't continue to drive. Worst thing, in my opinion, on that play, you get a foul. You go to the line.
Boy, I don't get that.
I don't get that at all.
And they stopped the layups and kicked it back out. It almost looked like he was avoiding the contact, didn't want to get hit, but he should have went ahead and finished that.
Exactly. This isn't football. Don't avoid contact in football like you do basketball. Okay. And then who got to be the other one?
Yeah, that's an early foul. That's an early foul. That's a good dribble
Smart.
drive to the basket by the big man. He put it on the floor. He had an opportunity to get it. He's going to go to the line. He's got a soft touch at the free throw line. So basically, this game here, you got Black Leather Supreme, okay? They've got to control this. You got Black Leather Supreme's guards having a conversation on YSS coach. He feels comfortable, and that's what always really puts me in a fear factor with Black Leather Supreme. They get down, they don't panic, they don't put any urgency on it, they keep playing their game.
Exactly. We've seen them down again multiple times in this tournament, and they don't seem to, like you said, they don't seem to get rattled, which seems to be their strength. And it's almost like as other teams' confidence almost maybe gets too high, they wind up taking advantage of the other team thinking, all right, we got this in the bag, and then they come back and hit them with the 1-2 combo, which has been knocking teams out of this tournament left and right as he hits both of those free throws there.
And folks, that's what I'll tell you. Those NBA scoreboards, you'll see players all the time got to look up in the sky because they can't see the score. But they have to keep playing, so they don't know if they're up by 20, down by 20. They just keep playing it out. And that's what you got with these two teams.
Absolutely.
Especially Black Leather Supreme.
Absolutely. As we see a number 3 from number 2 from YSS here. Number 55, bad pass. We've been seeing some great plays from number 55. And his coach is telling him, shoot it. He's been hot right now. He's telling him, hey, you got it. Don't give it up. Take the shot.
See, they might do a pick and pop here. Okay, they're going to give him to him.
They've been in the post here.
Turn around and do a little baseline. Yeah, that's a tough shot.
That's a tough shot.
Yeah, you got to get the 50-50 balls, though.
It's out of bounds and Black Leather Supreme there.
Yeah, they got to get the 50-50 balls. And folks, 50-50 balls mean you got to get on the deck. You got to hit the floor. And you got to go after those loose balls. Because if you're losing the battle in the 50-50, that equates to points as well.
Absolutely. Again, costly, easy turnovers can change this game in a way you don't want it to turn, especially a play like that.
Well, Black Leather Supreme coach got tired of it. He's checked himself into the game. He said, if you can't run it, I'll run it.
Exactly. As he matches up with a bigger offensive player here.
Dominic Johnson, he's not going to do anything with that, but he missed. He cost him.
He missed it. It cost him to miss it.
Okay, here's Coach at the point guard spot. And, man, he's not the tallest or the biggest, but he still can play.
So let's see what Matthews does here, number 3 for Black Leather Supreme. Like you said, as he is the player coach, that's too deep.
That's too deep. And you got a transition going.
And what you don't want is hero ball. He just cocks it. He can't do it.
Yeah. About 9 EuroLeague championships. You're not going to stop.
Matthews can't do anything with him. He might want to put himself back in the coach's position, and if he's going to check him all night.
Well, you know what? Once you get in the game, the coaching is over the play.
It's exactly.
Man, oh man, you got to either do it or you don't. That's good play, big fella.
You got to finish that. You got
got Dominique in the corner, and that's a three-pointer. That should be a bucket.
Bucket. Again, easy 3 right there. Again, for YSS, number 32.
Well, if you get a chance to get your feet set, you know, it's 44-35, 3:07 in the second. But you get a chance to get your feet set. Your footwork is the important part of shooting. But, man, oh, man, if you get it in there, you can knock out shots.
Now, that's what I've been waiting on for Tevian Jones all night. I want to see him start driving. I want to see him start working his way on the inside. And, again, he can take over a game. He has the talent. He has the drive to do it. I think he's just trying to wait till he finds his spot. Number 50. Oh, he misses.
He pushed off. He got
it. Off.
We got a push off by the big man underneath. The referee didn't see it, but he cleared it out. He rebounded. He's got 2 shots coming. Now, YSS has put some size into the game. They're going with the bigger lineup, and that's going to offset because they're going to force Black Leather Supreme to play defense, which is going to open up the three-point shot. Now, what they're going to go to is an inside-out game.
Exactly.
They'll feed it to the post. They'll feed it back out. They're going to try to knock down the 3.
Exactly. And, again, right now, YSS has enough shooters on the court to where they can mix and match every possession. It's going to be just what Black Leather Supreme gives them, and they can't give up much to them. Because right now, the big man, number 21 for YSS, is giving number 55 for Black Leather Supreme. He's giving their work right now in the paint. And again, don't want to see him get in foul trouble, but you can't let him get that deep inside and not expect him to score at pretty much every possession, as we see how much this has changed the game when we were initially a 1-point game here not too long ago.
Well, I tell you what, you're playing YSS, Black Leather Supreme, they're good. But when you're playing 2 teams, one is just as efficient as the other, that's causing challenge because the other team knows how to execute it out of you, and they're going to be patient. They got now a 9-point lead. It can stretch to 11 or 12.
Hey, exactly. Again, I want to see how these both teams close out this first half here, as we're about under 2 minutes and about 10 seconds up in the second quarter. That's a good bucket. Again, you can't let the big man from YSS get that deep in the paint and catch it that low. It's almost guaranteed buckets.
Well, I tell you what, if they don't have an answer for that, and again, they're undersized out there, that one there can cause problems for them because, again, if you got a big man in there standing about 6'11", and you don't have nobody to match that on your bench, and he's got you by 20, 35 pounds, that's going to be a problem.
That's going to be a huge problem.
Playing against somebody in high school.
Exactly,
you're
exactly.
Too much weight.
Way too much, and too much body size down there. So we got number 8 from Black Leather Supreme. Hopkins here misses the first of 2 shots. You have to cap it up. We just saw again last game how important these free throw shots can be. Again, last game we were watching, the Cheaters, had they hit free throws, that game would have not been nowhere near as close. But again, free throws will play a major part in this game. Again, two fundamentally sound teams. The fundamentals are what's going to determine how this plays out.
Well, free throws are easy to make when you're up. They're harder to make when you're down. Okay, but at the same time, here we go. And here comes Black Supreme, because I'm telling you, they're not going to quit. Bang, bang. Okay, now that's going to change things because it's 48-38. You got a minute and 34 to go. If YSS is patient, they can get the shot that they want, which that's what they're looking to do.
Exactly. Now, we see Jones on the 5 for Black Leather.
Oh, he's got him back door.
He's got one back there right there.
Well, he got him over to the elbow, folks. That's about a 15, 16-foot shot. And anybody that's playing pro basketball can shoot a 15, 16-foot shot. Well, I tell you what, that's something you can't let somebody go to basket. But at the same time, oh, that's going to be a foul. Yeah, no, he didn't call it. Oh, that should have been a foul. He's bagging for that foul. You can't interrupt the dribble. And, you got the C position. That's their call. But they let that go away, and they're going to get a timeout on that one. That one there got a very interesting.
YSS was about to start pulling away, but we're back to a 10-point game now. So curious to see how this goes.
Well, I tell you what, I'm not curious because I know YSS going to put a thumb on them because I can tell right now that you got Black Leather Supreme complaining to the officials. So that means they're not in their huddle as a team. And once you start complaining, folks, that means you're looking for a way out. And there ain't no way out in this game.
And again, you have to make sure that as a player coach, you're keeping your guys in the game, and not, worrying about arguing with the referees. That becomes something that's completely different than your coach is right there in the huddle and he's worrying about, I guess, subbing himself in or not as well. So you got a lot here that comes with the responsibility of being a player coach that we can see right there. Probably wasn't the best place for number 55 to be arguing with the ref while he seems in the huddle.
Oh, that's short, that's long, and that's short. Yeah, here we go. One thing I did learn, you argue with the referees when you're up. You don't argue with the referees when you're down because that's going to be a disadvantage for you because the referee thinks you're complaining because you're losing, okay? But you got a valid point when you're winning, but here's the deal. You got 25.7. You got Black Leather Supremes down by 10, and you got YSS got the ball. 18 seconds on the shot clock, so you got a 6-second differential. So they will be able to get almost this shot off. And I think this is going one way right now. And I think Black Leather Supreme has not adjusted.
They have not. They have not I'll say this, as of yet, because again, we've watched them adjust through this tournament multiple times. Again, right now the coach is, again, asking them and getting into it with his players to where we're going to find out how well that connection really works right now to where they have to make the adjustments and understand. Again, this is team basketball. So again, right now, the coach for Black Leather Supreme, as well as the coach for YSS, both having intense conversations with their players, again, to figure out how they can dominate this. We're still in the first half, ladies and gentlemen, so this game is gonna definitely be interesting as we go forward.
Well, what you got here, folks, is you got fatigue is going to set in. Normally you play these games, you play a back-to-back in the NBA. You'll get a few days off, travel days. But here, This is game number 4. Okay, so that fatigue, the legs are going to get a little weary. Okay, whoever's in the best condition, Dominique's got the ball. And I'll tell you something here, he's a smooth operator.
Smooth operator.
He can get it in. Like I told you folks, smooth as they come. Dominique Johnson, boy, he can play basketball.
Yes, he can. And again, Black Leather Supreme can't, terrible shots. Oh. Well, Black Leather Supreme can't let him get going like that because, again, that's just going to create problems for them the entire second half. So if Dominique gets going, that's going to be a problem. Hey, Mike, you ready for this? We're about to do our halftime giveaway for Mario's Westside Marketing, so I'm excited.
Well, let me tell you something. I was ready when you sat down two games ago. So I'm ready for the show.
Look, I'm ready for the second half.
You guys, it's halftime. We'll see you after the halftime show.
But fuck 'em all to the top seats, fucking with a change man.
And you can ride with me, live and die with me.
Fucking with a change man.
And no one understands the way I change.
Nigga, you fucking with a change man.
And you can ride with me, live and die with me.
Fucking with a change man.
But no one understands the ways of a change.
Nigga, you fucking with a change man.
And you can ride with me.
Everybody think they understand. Fucking with a change man.
But no one understands the ways of a change.
Rap songs. Y'all know that nigga in the movies. You don't know this nigga in 3D. Real life right up against you in front of your face. Fucking with a change man. Jack himself and fuck with the world. West side. Fucking with a change man. Fucking with a change man. Nate Dogg up in this PI. Fucking with a change man. You know that nigga ain't no motherfucking joke. And Nate saying bitch take their panties off. You know what time it is. Fucking with a change man. Fucking with a change man. Corrupting this bitch. Change man. Baby Trump. Fucking with a change man. Yo. Big ass and Snoop Dogg. You know how we do it. Fucking with a change man. Alright.
I jumped out of bed this morning feeling good in a motherfucker. Sunshine on my mind, give it to me, brother. Whoa, with me, see what you discover. Stay high, but we gotta keep it in the under. Oh, I got this shit that makes Stevie wonder. So fly, do or die, give me your number. Okay, KJ made the beat a slumper. He is able, no cables, bitch, I beat the shumper. 12 gauge, I call the rage, and I love the pumper. Let off a few shots, clack, clack, dumper. And now I'm sitting in my coupe, system banging like a motherfucker, Big Snoop. Shitting it down, crawling around with the pound. Gangsters make the world go around and round. You feel me now? Come close so you can hear me now. West Coast, little nigga, you can hear me now.
Niggas talking about the West Coast, I'm the face of it. Gangsta designer clothes, I'm the face of it.
Can I believe that? So I protect and serve every nigga on the block, that's my word.
Jordan, way back to the block, I'm the face of it. Listen, all the ops, I'm the face of
I'm
it.
an OG nigga on a mission.
If you're a content creator of any kind, you need to check out Motion Array. My name is Paul, filmmaker and YouTuber, and I am using Motion Array that has helped me produce a lot of content fast and has taken my videos to the next level. Motion Array is a marketplace with over 1 million high-quality assets which are easy to find, including stock footage, royalty-free music, sound effects, templates, and more. With the unlimited license, I can download as much as I want to, and as Motion Array is keeping up with the latest trends, I know I will find exactly the asset I'm looking for my next video. So join me and go to Motion Array right now and take your videos from good to the best.
If you're a web designer, here are 4 Wix Studio features you gotta know. So first on the list, Section Grid. I'm talking about a revolutionary tool that lets you create your own intricate layouts, but still keeps it intuitive at every step. So you can split cells, create gaps between them, drag to resize, and swap them around. All right, this next feature has saved me hours of work. Responsive AI. You set up your design once, and with just one click, it'll analyze the section and automatically adjust the response behaviors for each element to fit every breakpoint. Another huge time saver, no-code animations. You can create unique brand experiences with anything from micro animations to rich, complex interactions and easily customize them for that fine-grained control. And all of this without a single line of code. And finally, we've got Text Mask. This is a great way to make your client's brand stand out. You can fill live text with images, gradients, or videos to make it pop. And it's optimized for SEO. So these features have totally changed the way that I work. Now it's your turn. Head over to Wix Studio to nail your next brief.
Protect and serve every nigga on the block, that's my word.
All for the pussy and the snaps. All for the hood and my motherfucking raps. Clean hoes posted a trap. While out with a big cannon in my lap. We come strap. Gun play rap. Play 5G, nigga bang that sap. Clap with the C on display. West nigga chill come this way. Peace to my nine. A to the K. Round here niggas blast all day. Round here, work on that. Half up front, yeah, cut that check. Bitch gon' break your neck. Bang on the motherfucker love what you take. Yeah, gon' break your neck. Bang on the motherfucker love what you take.
Niggas talking about the West Coast, I'm the face of it. Gangsta designer clothes, I'm the face of it.
Can I believe that? So I protect and serve every nigga on the block, that's my word.
Jordan, way back to the block, I'm the face of it. This and all the ops, I'm the face of
I'm
it.
an OG nigga on a mission. Protect and serve every nigga on the block, that's my word.
Ride around on E, got that fire on me. Pull up to the market. I remember putting 5 on 3. Turn around and drop 5 on the tree. I been high all week. I know some niggas that done died in the streets. It ain't too many that survive in these streets. Suicide in these streets. His mama cried as he lined these streets. They covered that boy body with sheets. I'ma pray for her. There ain't nothing I can say to her. You can cancel the car wash, I'ma pay for it. Homie really my dog, they gon' pay for it. Ass can't knock his little brother off the skateboard. My fuck is a 10 shot, thought he popped the new stock. Photo being crop circle, smaller than a dime. Nigga pull up on the plug, get on mad that we got. Sacrifice it all in one box, top body.
I represent this shit to the T. I represent this shit like I do bond and trees. This ain't no smoke and mirror, nigga, fuck nigga T. Looking like the West Side time I hit the scene. Me and Musty kept this shit lit, ooh. Pac ain't the only motherfucker with the juice. Call Drake, call Snoop, call Gammy Kendrick too. You think about the West, it's me and Nip, let it blow. Niggas talking about the West Coast, I'm the face of it. Gangsta designer clothes, I'm the face of it.
Can I believe that? So I protect and serve every nigga on the block, that's my word.
Jordan, way back to the block, I'm the face of it. This and all the ops, I'm the face of
I'm
it.
an OG nigga on a mission. Protect and serve every nigga on the block, that's my word.
Revenge is sweet, on the street, understand me. Gotta retaliate, get it straight, and I trained to remain strong. They said I couldn't do it, locked me in chains till my struggle's closer to the pain of a train killer. They killed my homie and I'm restless, gotta get him back. A nigga with a Mac and a death wish, tears in my eyes, don't cry. Look up in the sky, wonder why. Do everybody gotta die? Another soldier in the casket, can't eat, he can't sleep till I bury the bastard. His family is falling into pieces. His mama don't understand the madness. I can't explain the drama and it hurts the most when it's someone close. Mama, don't cry, I'm losing hope and any dope can see. The ghetto's full of soldier in the cast. And ain't nobody born a killer, but it hurts the most. It hurts the most. Attempt to kill, so it's real, like I'm catching cases. Ha ha, let the world know I plan to die. If I don't leave with what I came for, won't be denied. Ride the first rounds for the times that I spent in the cell. The second rounds for the media and the lies that tell. The third rounds for the pain.
Folks, we got it going on. We coming right back in again. This one here, you got 52-40. We're going to start up the third quarter. And man, oh man, you've got YSS. They kind of expanded that lead, Byron. You know, I know you like Black Leather Supreme. I think YSS is too experienced, but I got to get your thoughts because you feel differently.
Again, I like Black Leather Supreme, but when you got a guy such as Chris Allen for YSS having 17 points in the first half, followed up by Pashot Howard with 11 points in the first half for YSL, we see what the difference is here when you only have the top scorer for Black Leather Supreme only having 11 points, and that's Jones. Tavion Jones, who I told you is my favorite player for Black Leather Supreme. And that's how they're going to get it. They're going to have to get some more production out of this team as a whole for Black Leather Supreme to get back in this. Again, we need to see number 8, Jaron Hopkins, get in this game, get active, and give this team a boost that they need to get themselves going.
Well, I think that's going to be very tough because you got Dominic Johnson. He yo-yos the basketball.
He does. He does.
Oh, man, he knows how to set guys up, and he'll put them in a bad spot. So, folks, you just keep, that's a good entry. That's a good back door. They didn't get it, but you keep an eye on Dominic. But he may be right. They got a turnover out the gate.
And here's the thing. The scary part about it is Dominic hasn't gotten going yet. He's not one of the top scorers right now, top performers. And if he gets going in the second half of YSS, Black Leather Supreme is going to be definitely in some dangerous territory. Because I don't think then at that point they have anyone else that can compete or score with what YSS is able to bring to the table.
And I think the legs are gone. You mentioned 5 and 8.
Exactly.
Two of the best players, but their legs look like they're almost gone. They're not able to get going. The elevation isn't there that we've seen in the past.
Exactly. We don't see the bounce, the hop, and the drive that we've seen before. But again, YSS is now bringing in their reserve and their guys off the bench. Again, bringing that extra bounce. I just don't know. Maybe Black Leather Supreme has the depth to handle a team of this nature with so much talent on YSS's team.
Well, I tell you what, folks.
Bad pass, terrible pass. Yep.
There's my guy. Boy, he knows what he's got. He's going weak side. He's got it. Oh, he threw that one away. He wasn't expecting. He was trying to go weak side. The player got a hand in there. Now
Good
he's right on the defense.
By
he threw it. He had him.
He had him.
He didn't know it. He didn't know it, boy. He had him. He shook him off. Penetrated to the cup.
And again, we've seen him do that against others, and I don't know if that's your legs tired or, again, there's Dominic.
Again. I'm telling you, folks, that guy's a pro.
And again, I don't know if that's if Jones's legs are tired here, and he just can't drive, or he hasn't driven yet. But if I was his coach, I'd tell him fly high. I mean, but because again, we saw how dominant that has worked for them in multiple games here.
I tell you what, you got right now. Black Leather Supreme is laboring.
They are laboring. They are.
I'm seeing it in their legs. They don't have the explosiveness. You see players are trying to transition back. Even on offense, they're not explosive. Getting back on the defense.
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
Great game, Mr. Official.
So we appreciate you
today. Thank you.
There's Jones there with the layup.
Well, you got 7:47 to go. We got 56-44. We're in the third. You got YSS up by 12. They're dominant. Three-pointer money in the bank. He missed that one. This is the opportunity that Black Leather Supreme needs to capitalize. They got an opportunity to get, that's a deep one. And
nice.
They're back in it. Okay.
They're back in it just that quick as you get a three from the big man.
Now, here's where YSS says, hey, look, let's get a good shot. Let's be patient. What are we going to get? Is he going to get it into the big? He's going to swing it. Weak side one more time. Okay, that's a good look. He's got
You
to knock
can't
this
let him
down.
set and shoot.
And that's not gonna
He
go.
doesn't capitalize.
They didn't get
He
the
gets it
rebound. He's
again.
gonna get it back to back. That's a bucket.
Where
That's a
was
bucket,
the
folks.
defense on
You
that
get two
play?
opportunities.
Who's not going to hit that? My 5-year-old son can hit that. You give him multiple shots?
Yeah, you can't give some of these guys that have played in the league and they're playing in the HBCU Pro Basketball Association, you can't give them 2 looks at it.
Absolutely not.
Oh, that's good foul.
Oh, you can't finish. You got to
Yeah.
finish that.
See,
Nice. Yeah.
The
It should have
legs.
took that many tries, but again, great way to finish.
Well, here's a player I haven't seen in the game.
I have not either. Number
Okay,
7.
I don't know if he came in late, but he's here.
It seems to be maybe was a late add on. That's Alex
You see him on
Scale.
that list?
Alex Scale. He is on our list,
Yeah,
number
let's-
7.
Okay. Boy, that's what you want. YSS player said, Coach, I got
But
you. It's my fault. He daps him up. He lets him know. You know, that's called a connection.
And
when
that's
you get
respect.
your players connected, man, that means something.
It does, and when you have respect between a coach and a player like that, and a player is willing to humble himself and say, "Coach, my bad. I'll make up for it on the next play."
And here's what
As
he
we
got
see,
as the makeup.
in and out.
He had it deep in the cup. He didn't drop it.
But it was a good shot, good look there.
They can cut into it.
So all right, now we
59-49.
see Jones starting to try to drive. Now we see Jones trying to drive. You're getting a foul call.
Well, I tell you what, even though he's getting a foul, you can see he's kind of moving gingerly.
Exactly.
You can see he's not himself, okay? And obviously he's trying to play through it, but man, oh man, he's just not strong enough.
Making it this deep into the game is not, and deep in the tournament, is not just about, the physical. It's the mental aspects as well. Like you said, those legs are tired. You're feeling your calf, most of your hamstrings, your body's tight. To play multiple games back-to-back like this. So, again, the NBA doesn't even do this in the tournament. So, again, to play multiple games like this, it's now really coming down to basketball IQ and as well as talent. So, these guys are having to dig deep to push through this.
Well, I call it the labor of love of basketball. When you got an opportunity, you're tired, you got to have mental toughness. You got to be willing to play through it.
Absolutely.
Okay, because all players are tired, all players' legs are weak, but if you can play through it, and that's what YSS is doing, they're playing through it, and they play just as many games as Black Leather Supreme.
Exactly. Now we see the press here from Black Leather Supreme. And again, let's see how effective that may be.
And that's
Got
a
foul
right
yeah,
there.
that's a bad.
That bailed him out. He was in
Yeah.
trouble. He lost the basketball. And sometimes the officials over whistle that, and the coach is letting them know that is not a foul. He over whistled that, but you got to respect it because if he's consistent with it, but let's not have him make the 2 or 3 next calls.
Absolutely. Saved by YSS. Was that it was a shot there.
I thought that shot was going in.
I did for a second. I did say that before.
Absolutely.
I did too.
Well, I'll tell you what, the officials still got bounce in their legs. They're getting up and down like they just played about one game. But this one here is getting back into control, 59-51. We got 5:40 to go, so we got plenty of time. And this is what Black Leather Supreme does.
Exactly. They take their time, they look, and they see. Again, the one-on-one ISO game is not going to work well for YSS against Black Leather Supreme. You can't let 5 and 8 go ISO ball. If you do that, you're giving them a chance to really get back in this game, as we only have an 8-point game here with 5:31 left in the third.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, that's a player coach on Black Leather Supreme. I mean, he gets to the guys, he calls them over, and here's what I like, the guys listen, they understand what he's saying, and they do know that's a missed free throw, and that's when you get the fatigue. But they do know coach is telling them what's right. They trust him because they've been in this situation before, and he's brought them out of it.
Absolutely.
And it's called the funk. Sometimes your offense gets in a funk, and the coach needs to coach you out of that funk so you can get back to what you normally do.
Absolutely. And so then I'd have to ask you, Mike, how much more effective would Black Leather Supreme maybe be if coach didn't hold that roster spot and he was only a coach? Do you think we see that's a spot you can feel there? So again, he's not the most dominant. We've not seen him kind of be that active player for the team. So it's kind of like, what if he adds in another coach maybe for next year's tournament? Another player for next year's tournament. How much better does that make this team? Because
I think it makes them tremendously better, but some coaches like 8, Why do they like 8? Because they can't get all the guys in the game.
That's true.
Okay, so when you bring them all the way out here, every guy expects to play.
Yep.
Nobody expects to sit the bench. But you're right, because right now he could use another big, but how much would he have to change his offense to get the big to play in his system?
I see that the thing about this in this tournament, you have to always realize what you're playing for. If you're splitting the pot with 8 guys, and that's what you're basing your team off of, you're not building a team based off of pure basketball. You're building it based off of the prize money, and that's not going to win you the prize money if we're being honest about it. You still have to put a core group together, even if you're only going 8, that can give you what you need. You didn't get it.
I'll tell you what, he's talking about the $100,000 prize money. If they win, they split it 8 ways, and actually that's a bigger cut for everybody. But it's costing them as his guys now. You're starting to see guys are starting to not have the legs.
Exactly.
Okay, you can see them walking back. There's not the spring. Guys are fatigued, and it's beating them. Now, when you flip that over to YSS, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra players on the bench. So he's got 2 extra
He's got a whole other squad on the bench.
Yeah,
you know,
he's got a whole 3 extra bodies to play with. And boy, that makes a difference.
That makes a huge difference because, again, that gives you even more lineups and a different variety of now what Black Leather Supreme would have to defend against YSS, because you can go big, you can go small, you can go medium. So, but again, YSS is Black Leather Supreme is kind of subjected to only going one way or the other. They're really, I'm going to call them one-sided basketball, but they're very limited. They're very limited in what they're able to do.
Well, that's
nice shot by Jones. Again, Jones has to take over this game for Black Leather Supreme for them to have the shot. If he only have a 6-point game, we've seen more out of him in this half.
It was a 6-point game. Now it's a 3-point
game. Excuse me, it's 3-point.
59-56. Okay, but they got to respond.
They got to respond to defense.
Responded to the challenge. Now, if they get a stop, they took a 3-point game. They can extend that back up again.
Exactly.
But here's the deal. You got hit. Oh, that's
there he goes.
Foul.
Yeah, there he goes. There's five. I told you again, we're going to start seeing Jones now get more active in the second half. But what Black Leather Supreme has to do, if Jones is going to give them the offense, the rest of the team has to pick it up on the defensive end to keep those extra buckets coming out from there. We're just at a 3-point game. We're only at a 5-point game now, but again, this still should be a 1-possession game. You don't let that easy layup happen right after Jones was able to score there. And again, he's going up to shoot 2 free throws. So again, you could easily have a 1-point game now with better defense.
Well, here's what you got, folks. In the NBA, winning a back-to-back championship is a grind. Winning this Pro-Am championship, okay, this is a grind, okay? And what happened is you got to be able to grind it out, okay, which means you got to have a mentality. And that's what the Denver Nuggets are trying to do. The cheaters are already back-to-back. So they're trying to grind out a third
one.
Okay?
Exactly.
But these 2 teams are grinding, and they are both fatigued. But YSS has more bodies. And that goes back to your point. Would it be better if Coach had another player?
Exactly.
Absolutely right now, because his guys are gassed. You can see it. They're weak, and they are battling out. But one thing about it, the mentality, because they do grind and they have a comeback mentality, they have no quit.
And having no quit does not go so determine how much gas do you have in the tank. Just because you don't quit, if you're sputtering to get by, and then they do exert a lot in this game, and they make it past YSS, are they going to even have the energy to finish at that point? Knowing that you're already down a couple bodies, and you're exerting everything that you have here, you still got to play tomorrow.
I tell you what, if you're going against the cheaters, I mean, we both have to be honest. We don't mind calling a good game,
but
we don't mind making it exciting.
But that's gonna
that's taking it up a couple notches.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. But there's no quit. We got 61, 57, 3:47 to go. Knocks down the second free throw. Now we're 61, 58. And this is like deja vu from what we saw yesterday. They're back at it again. And this is what they do, folks. They keep hanging around.
Hanging around.
Until they get you where they want you, and then they take you
out. And that's what I love about Black Leather Supreme. Again, again, we're going to call it a good game. I don't know if they can do that against the Cheaters. If they win this and they have to play them, I don't have as much confidence. But this matchup, I do like because, again, now we see YSS having to play a little bit more tense, not as loose as they were before. If they let him get going, you can't give a wide open threes like that.
No,
but Black Leather Supreme has to take better shots than that.
I tell you what, man, these guys here, you know, when I get guys and I see them fire up a shot, that's selfishness. You got a lot of time on the clock. You're back within 3 points. Why fire up and then
Why fire?
Then you come back and you give up a three-pointer. So you just kind of extended it where you could have tied it up or down by one. Now you're down by 6.
Exactly. That's just not smart basketball.
Easily stretch to 9. Easily he's knocking this down. That's going to stretch it up.
Why are they looking for the 3? They're only looking for the 3.
The legs are gone.
They got it. They got it. But again,
that's what I mean. Now you got 64, 61. Folks, this one's going to come down. This is the third quarter. But we got another quarter to go. That's a good move, son. That's a good move.
Yeah, good move. Good move by number 55. He's been balling all night for YSS. It's kind of like they've been giving him the green light to be the offensive option here. Again, a 3.
Now you're down by 2.
Exactly. 2-point ball game.
66-64, and this is turned into who can make the threes. And I'll tell you what, we got a down box foul, but I'll tell you what, Black Leather Supreme, there's no quit. The coaches are getting frustrated on YSS. They're not seeing what they want to see out there, guys. The guys, I see the dejection on the bench. You know, most of the times when teams want to win, they're up and jumping. Of course, these guys are tired, so they're not jumping very much. But at the end of the day, this one here, you're seeing dejection from YSS and Black Leather Supreme. That's a good up and under. Is doing it. That's a good
Number
move.
55 again for YSS right now is cooking. And I mean, he's cooking. If Black Leather Supreme finds a way to stop him, this ball game becomes even more interesting than the 4-point. Oh, there's Jones and then 1 for Jones there. Unnecessary foul. Unnecessary.
You get beat, I see the frustration on coach. You get beat. Why foul him?
Why
Give
foul
him
him?
the bucket. It's no need to foul him. But guys, I'll tell you, when guys get fatigued, they start doing things they don't normally do.
Exactly.
And that's what you're seeing right now.
Exactly. That was just a foul that was unnecessary. And again, right now, you're talking about a 2-point ball game that now right now could potentially be a 1-point ball game just because of a bad play call. That was, again, fatigue setting in there. Again, now we got a 1-point ball game
Now
here.
you got a 1-point game. And I tell you what, you know that ocean I talked about, the rims are ocean at the beginning. Once you start getting down the wire, it's going to come through an eye through a needle, and it ain't easy.
It ain't.
Boy, that one there, boy, that didn't come
And
close.
we haven't even seen any excitement or support from YSS's bench right now. I'm wondering if it's because great rebound by Jones. Oh.
Boy, he hustled
So
out
they're
there.
hustling it wide open for number 15.
Well, that's painful.
It's painful. Yeah.
That's painful right
you
there.
can't give that one up.
You almost have to rebound and give it up. That's painful.
Got a 4-point ball game here with about 1:20 left in the third. See what Black Leather Supreme does here. The big man 55 has been good from the 3-point.
Yeah.
You don't have to take that.
Well, their
You
legs
don't.
are
You
shot.
try. They are, but
That's a
great D.
dangerous pass.
Great D.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. You go in my bag. What are you doing? You can't throw that ball away like that. That's a foul.
Yeah, foul.
This isn't my bag. Guys do a bad play. My bag doesn't count when you're going for a championship.
Yeah, exactly.
Because my bag doesn't got 100,000.
Exactly. My bad is not going to get you 100,000. No one wants to hear that on the road trip home. It's like, hey, you cost us a game on a my bad, cost $100,000. No one's supposed to hear that.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When you lose $100,000, it's like being in love.
Oh, yeah. Heartbreak.
That's the woman you love, but you'll get heartbreak.
You'll never get over that.
You'll never get over that. You'll be flying back on the plane. Tears will come down your eyes. You get off the plane. You go to baggage claim, and you going, man, I'm on a grand
I got to go back. I forgot something.
Yes. You don't want that to
You
happen.
don't want that to happen at all.
Here we are.
Again, the first free throw hit by number 8, Hopkins, for Black Leather Supreme. We have a 3-point ball game again.
I tell you what, I'm
possession
looking
game.
at Black Leather Supreme coach, and I'll tell you right now, he walked by me earlier before the game. He said, I got him, and he thinks he got him right now.
Oh, yeah, he definitely does. Again, look at Jones
I
there.
tell you what, 55 is a live wire
He
with
is.
that basketball. If he gets it back in his hands, he's a live wire, folks.
Now they have
He's a
Jones on.
live
They have
wire.
Jones on
I'm
him.
telling you, folks, there he is. That's a live wire. 55.
Oh, and one.
You know,
And
sometimes,
one.
sometimes Byron, I can call it before it happens.
But yeah,
And
55.
I tell you, man, he's a live wire.
Right,
I saw it, and that's going to give him an injection, and he's bringing energy on the floor.
Exactly. They've been letting him cook so long now. Again, he has the confidence in himself. He feels like he can make any shot, any pass that needs to be made right now. And the coach for YSS is allowing the game to go through him. And I think that's the perfect decision right now because he has the magic touch right now. So you let him cook as we close out these last about 40 seconds up in this third period here.
Well, you got some guys that come off the bench, and they really could be starters. He could be a starter
Oh,
on the
absolutely.
team, but really, he's coming off the bench, and he's bringing the energy.
Sixth man of the year
Yeah.
right here.
Sixth
As
man of
Jones
the
takes a
year.
three
Wow.
and nails it from
Bang,
the top
bang,
of the
folks,
key.
Bang, bang. There's no
Kevin
quit.
Jones, once again, keeping Black Leather supreme in this game.
Oh, he sees it. He got him.
I'm about to
He
last
wants it. He's got him. He
10
says, I'll
seconds
take
here.
it. And he's going to get to the
I
cup.
told you,
He's trying to get
I
there.
wouldn't take it out of his hand.
There
Let's see
he
what it is.
He left him
Nice
open.
pass.
Bang, boom,
Bang.
long. They got
Got
a
five.
chance.
Oh, 4, 3,
Oh, this is bucket, folks. This is a
bucket. Oh.
At the buzzer.
Oh, we got a 1-point ball game here to close out the third period.
Folks,
Mike.
it's 74-73. This one here is going down to the wire.
You see, and you wonder why I picked Black Leather Supreme. I told you, they're going to stay in this game. I told you, they're going to stay in this game until it's all said and done, and that's why I love them. They were my tournament dark horse. They have been my tournament dark horse, so I'm excited to see how this last period wraps up here. We got some good basketball today, Mike.
Hey,
I don't think we could ask for better.
You know what? If I had my choice, when it's time, if my assignment's up, they can bury me in the gym. I mean, you can put me in the gym. Child knows that you can bring me in the gym at 7 a.m. in the morning. Man, I can leave at 11 o'clock at night.
Exactly.
I mean, I love the smell. I love the floor. I love the hoop. I love everything about this.
Basketball is life, as they say for you.
Ball is life.
Ball is life.
Folks, the ball is my life. So, hey, I'm doing something I love. I've been loving it since I was about in the 3rd grade, and that's basketball, okay? Even though I played college football, I still love basketball. Okay, the only problem was I wasn't 6'5", 6'6", so genetics got the best
That's
of me.
me.
But that didn't matter. I'm still going to take it with me all the way.
So, Mike, you were like me then when I was growing up. We used to play basketball from sun up, sundown, drive. We had our own league then. Never do I be part of a league and part of the league owner now. We called it the DWB back in the day, Driveway Basketball League.
Driveway basketball.
That was our favorite.
And you know what? Back then when I played, we didn't have trainers. We didn't have
We did.
no
Oh,
people
yeah,
to come work us out.
no.
You work yourself out, and you do that 10, 12 hours a day. And if you didn't know how to get yourself better, then shame on you.
Yep. And again, we were there with our friends again. Sun up, sun down, and then it was like same bad time, same bad channel tomorrow.
That's right. And man, you have to be the king of the neighborhood or else you're getting beat. Well, folks, we got a burner. We're going to start it here in the 4th, 74-73, and that's a nice looking shot.
Jones again with the
Boy, he got
three.
good elevation on that. He felt good. And guess what? Who's back in league?
Tavian Jones is.
Coach is coaching him up.
Yes, he is. Again, all Black Leather Supreme has to do right now is play that basketball. I told you, if Jones got going in the second half, it was going to be a destined ball game. Rebound once again. If you YSS can't let Black Leather Supreme get confidence here because the one thing they've done all game is trailed YSS. So if you give them an opportunity to feel like they have life, second win here, different ball game.
Well, I tell you what, Black Leather Supreme has confidence, and they've done it before. So they don't rattle when they get down. They just kind of keep playing. However, they didn't get a good look
on that one. No guy to get a look.
Boy, that would have been good if they could have closed that out. But YSS plays the same way. They get down, they come back, they battle, and they don't quit.
Hey, that's 50. Oh, you couldn't finish that one.
That's a chippy.
That's a chippy. Here's Tavian Jones again.
Now this is what they want. They talk about settle down, let's manufacture. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's offensive line. He pushed him. That's push. Yeah, they're not going to allow that to happen. they're getting a little frustrated, YSS, and that's commonly what happens when you start playing against somebody. It's like a boxer, right? You got a guy, you're nailing him all day, the guy won't go down. Okay, then he gets in the 8th, 9th, 10th round, he catches you with a shot, you fall. Okay, so you got to look at this. These guys are both built that way, but they both get back up.
Absolutely.
However, okay, I don't know who's going to win because both of them came back yesterday, and that's how they reached this game.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, I want to see how YSS adjusts as the predominant scorer so far in the second half. And in the first half, number 55 is currently out. And see where they go. I don't like that shot for Black Leather Supreme. I think they could have got a better selection than that.
Well, I don't mind you taking the shot when you're going one-on-one to the basket. But you don't go one-on-one and fire a three-pointer.
Exactly.
I mean, come on, guys.
Exactly.
We can do better than that. Oh, that's
great D.
Oh, that's free.
You better finish that, Dominic, there.
Yes, yes. Boy, he just ripped that
out there. 78-74 here.
Bouncing back.
Bingo.
They answer the bell. You know, we're coming out to the 10th round now. It's a 12-round championship fight. And these guys are both answering, and they're both exchanging punches. Now, here's what we got to see. What is going to happen that's going to change the game?
Again, Black Leather Supreme now has a 1-point lead here. I don't think that ill-advised shot. Ill-advised. You reset the clock here, but that was definitely not the best shot.
That's another one right there, but
he's been hot. He's hit his last 3 out of 4. He's hit his last 3 out of 4. He's been hot.
YSS just hit the nervous point. We got the fans on the other side. They're coming over. They're feeling it. Man, bang, bang, huh? Bang, bang. All right, I'll see
foul.
You. I tell you what, folks, when you think you won a game and all of a sudden somebody comes back and knocks on your door, man, oh man, you better put the locks on the door.
You better.
Because guess what? If they can't get in the front door, they're coming through the window. If Black Leather Supreme can't get in the window, they going through the back door. If they can't get in the back door, they coming through the chimney.
Exactly.
Okay? And these guys got no quit.
None. And again, that quit that they don't have in them has now put them in the lead 81-77 with 7 minutes and 9 seconds left here in this fourth period.
It's getting so good to them, none of them can sit down.
None of them can.
They're all standing. Now you look on the other side, YSS, everybody's sitting down and they're in a dream. They're having a dream right now. These guys are all standing, and that tells you the difference of teamwork, team energy. What are you feeling? Do you got synergy? Can we do this? It comes down to belief at this point.
That player coach method seems to be working out very well because he's very active with his players right now. And again, we don't see the same thing on YSS's side. Everyone's just kind of sitting there, kind of stunned right now.
Well, you know what? I always said, I know you like the Lakers. It's time for LeBron to be a player coach because every coach you guys get at the Lakers, you fire them.
Listen.
They're not good enough. So why don't we just make LeBron the player coach?
At this point, you might as well.
Second one's good. I know it's frustrating, but, you know, now you've got Ham. I mean, every coach he's had. LeBron gets more coaches fired. He's so good. So whenever they lose, it's the coach's fault. So I think they're going to let him coach it. But right now, you got the player coach getting it done. He's up by 3. We got 6:57 to go. We're in the fourth, and now
In and out.
Hustling them. They are out hustling them.
Speaking of my Lakers, they did pull out the win tonight against the Nuggets, 119-118. As Jones goes again. No, 119-108. I'm sorry, 119-108.
So folks, don't get confused. The Lakers are 1-7 against the Nuggets.
Yes.
Okay, so let's not get excited.
It's a 3-1 series right now. So foul.
You didn't need to do that one. Even the players are saying, why?
Why?
The players are like, why foul? I mean, when you get your own teammate going, you don't need to do that. I tell you what, I got YSS coach. He's going through extreme anxiety. He's pacing back and forth. He's got his hands on his hips. He's really frustrated because his guys didn't give him the effort that he think they were going to give him. And they got number 20s coming up now saying, Coach, here's what I got. If you need me, I'm ready. If you need me, yeah, he's talking to him saying, put me in, Coach. Coach looked right back at him, Byron, and said, who you going to go in for?
Again, that's a coach right now trying to figure it out, meaning that, again, they have them rattled, you know, and not just from a player standpoint. You're rattled because you're trying to figure out what strategy is working because what was working isn't working now anymore for him. Again, I'm not sure why number 55 is not back in the game. He has been the offensive threat pretty much since the second quarter for YSS, and they haven't been here. And again, cheap foul from YSS. You don't need that right now. You don't need it because, again, you're just giving them more an opportunity to extend this lead that Black Leather Supreme has. And they're good at the free throw line right now.
Well, Coach, that was a Kodak moment. I caught it. He coached, player went over to the coach, folks, said, put me in. And the coach looked back at him and said, who are you going in for?
Exactly. That lets you know a coach feels like I got the best of the best out there right now. Oh, Jones with the easy scooping score. Oh, man, Gypsy do
right there. And man,
I told you, what did I tell you, Mike? I said Jones is going to be the key in this game here.
You know what? I don't know if you got a rabbit's foot in your pocket or not, but man, oh man, you call
it. Hey, there it goes. Hey, now we see that hop. Now we see that bounce out. The confidence is coming out of Jones.
Back at him, and not only that, you got Black Leather Supreme players looking at Coach like, Coach, what you talking about?
Exactly.
Said, no.
I came when I first seen him. When I first seen him, I walked through the gym the very first game. I looked at our media guy and I said, there's the creative player right there. And right now he's playing like a player of an NBA 2K and coming in right now. And it's like he got to boost the energy from somewhere. Somebody gave him some XP points or something, but he's turned it on here, especially in this fourth quarter.
I tell you what, you got 5:35 to go. You got 85-81, and in the NBA and also in the HBCU Pro Basketball Association, winners win, losers
lose every time.
And your will is being tested. We're going to round 11. Okay, 10, 11, and 12 in boxing are the championship rounds. When you get in the HBCU Pro Basketball and you get down to 5 minutes in the fourth, now you into 11, you get to 3 minutes, you're in the 12. Okay, and you got to work it down to the bell.
Hey, I think it's going to go 12 rounds. I'll be shocked here if Black Leather Supreme just pulls this out and they smooth sell it. But I think we got a 12-round heavyweight fight here. Again, I'm with you about that 3-minute mark. I'll say we can call it the 12th round, and we're going to see.
I tell you what, when you fighting as a boxer, and you fighting on the NBA court, you fighting in the HBCU Pro Basketball Association, and you fighting for $100,000, you better find
You better
find some bounce.
Hey, you better get you some water. You better get something, whatever you need.
Whatever you need, you better
go Jones get it. Again. He's cooking right now. I think they have to figure out, YSS has to figure out if they can stop him. If they can't stop Jones, this game goes away. And here it goes. Here it goes. There's Jones. There's Jones.
Oh, no. I don't like that.
What was the call?
Halfway to the basket when they called it, but they're going to call it on the floor. They're going to take it out. 28, 89, 84.
That goes back to that talk we talked about earlier. Are they not calling continuation? Is continuation, again, I know we play by the NBA rules, but that could have been, maybe a potential continuation call.
That was definitely a continuation. But
that's twice now.
Officials, this is the first time they're in it. They're getting evaluated. They want to go on to the NBA. And I'll tell you what, you can swallow that whistle. It happens time and time again. That's no call. And he's got it back one more time. Bang, didn't get it.
They couldn't finish.
Man, that was big.
Second chance points here. They couldn't finish. Black Leather Supreme is tired, but they're fighting. They're pushing, but they're fighting.
Well, they
even
trust
in the lead.
Each other. Look at there.
Oh, nice back door. Again, the number 8. Hopkins with the slam, with the monster slam. 3 minutes and 55 seconds. 91-84. Mike, I'm not going to call it yet, but Mike, I told you, Black Leather Supreme was my sleeper for this game.
Folks, Byron, he walks around with a rabbit foot in his pocket. Okay, the rabbit foot lights up and tells him who's going to win. And he sat at the table and said, I like Black Leather Supreme. I said I like YSS. And I got to call it like I see it right now. He's right. But I still got 3 minutes and 55 seconds.
You got 3 minutes. Hey, about 55 seconds, we go into the 12th round. The 12th round is going to determine everything at this point.
At the 3 minute
But again,
mark,
YSS has to do something. And again, number 55, the main scorer here for YSS, has not re-entered the game as of yet. I am curious about this coaching decision because, again, Black Leather Supreme struggled to stop him from scoring here in the late in the second and all the way through the third. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens now here.
Well, I can tell you what's going to happen here. They either get a bucket here or they're going to go down by even more. Okay, I can really tell you what's going to happen. And folks, in case you just tuned in, this is the Delaware USA Sports. This is the National Pro-Am Basketball Championship. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada, and this is also in conjunction with HBCU Pro Basketball and HBCU Gold Sports. Now, the players are playing for the grand prize of $100,000. One of these players will not be playing for the $100,000 in 3 minutes and 43 seconds.
That is correct. That is correct.
Dominique's trying to get it going. And
That's your guy.
He can still get it in.
Again, I see you.
He's a smooth operator.
I would, if I was YSS at this point, you need points. Let Dominique work. I don't think anyone on the court can stop Dominique. If you give him a ball and play a little ISO ball with him.
Well,
Let him play ISO ball.
I talked to him after the last game. He says, look, I'm retired. I'm coaching at ASU. Arizona Pacific, but he's giving the young guys a chance to play. But he could play it out if he wanted to. And if they had him on the court like they do now, they're going to give him the last 5 minutes, and they're going to have to contain him. 91-86, 3-11. Here we go, folks.
Here we go. Here we go. And YSS is now starting to hit Black Leather Supreme with little jabs here that are seemingly coming effective to kind of bring them back into this ball game.
Oh, he's got the big man ISO. He knows what to do with him. He's going to get the shot off.
He's calling it.
He wants to come right back to him. He said, come back and get it.
Dominic wanted him to come back and get it. He didn't come back. Again, nice.
Good block. All right, it's the 12th round, folks. 91-86. Black Leather Supreme is holding it. YSS is trying to pull it back. The coaches for YSS are extremely frustrated. The players have not executed. The players have not listened. They're also tired with the official. So this is went again and again and again.
2.1 seconds on the shot clock.
They're saying that they want to establish, is the shot clock going back to 2.1 seconds? They're saying it should be a full shot clock. So the referee is going to check with the partner. He's coming back to the table now. He's saying reset the shot clock. So the YSS coaches were right. And if they didn't argue that and validate it, that would have stayed at 2.1
Absolutely.
seconds.
Absolutely.
So they got a full shot clock to get it to execute.
Again, hats off to the referee checking with his crew to make sure he had that call right and not being afraid to adjust that call.
Well, I tell you what, at least you argued and you got it right.
You got it right. And again,
now
like you said,
here we go. There's my guy.
There's your guy.
There's my guy.
He's heating up here.
I told you. If anything, you better watch him. That's Dominique.
Now I think we're gonna have a 5-on-5 matchup here. Yeah. Dominique versus Jones.
Well, Dominique said, I'll take Jones.
Move out of the way.
Move out of the way. Let's move out the way.
We got probably the two best players on both these teams right now playing against each other.
He ain't getting screened.
Yeah.
He's chest to chest. He's playing it. He's let's get it in. He's moving the feet. No foul. And he did his job.
He did his job on that. Great defense here by Dominic.
Now give it back to him. He said, you need me to score it again, I'll get you another bucket. Here we go, folks. This is it. 159, 91-89. We're in the fourth. Dominique's got the ball in his hands. He's ready to hoop.
Again. And then you can't. Yeah, there's no stopping him. Operator. Dominic, 91.
We're going down to the wire.
Oh, we got another barn burner here.
You're talking about love and basketball, Byron. I'm telling you. And there they go. Oh, that's a foul. That's a foul right there. Now, I'm not saying it's a foul on the offensive player. I'm saying the defensive player, that was a foul.
Refs out, no call there. I don't know how you don't call that. Yeah.
Knock the
ball out. It's 8 seconds. Shot clock did not.
Oh, Dominique locked him again. That's it. Oh, my.
Oh.
It's a violation. 91. YSS. So this is what you got, Byron. You got one team, I got the other. Minute 27, 91-91.
12th round knockout.
One of us going to be right.
One of us going to be right, but we did say this when we both were right at. Heavyweight battle, 12th round. We're in it. We're in it deep right now. As we get a timeout from YSS. Again, they've allowed Dominic now to crank up. Dominic turned it on at the right time at the crucial moment for his team. He kind of got quiet there. I didn't see a lot out of him offensively, but the last 4 or 5 drives here, it's been a Dominic show, hands down.
It's been the Dominic show, and folks, and whenever you're playing NBA or pro basketball, sometimes you just want to establish who's the best on the court. I think Dominic's established. He's the best out there. I don't think nobody can play with him, but he allowed himself to sit on the bench. He's retired. He's won 9 Euro championships, okay? 9 Euro championships. He's played in the NBA. So guess what? He's coaching at Azusa Pacific, and now he's coming in to close it out to win this.
Absolutely.
So you got a perennial pro, a consummate pro, and guess what? If you put the ball in his hands right now, he'll do it again.
And again, they have to find a way right now to stop Dominic. But again, YSS has multiple threats. Again, we haven't seen number 55 back in the game. He was a definite threat for them for a moment here. But where is Black Leather Supreme going to now find additional offense outside of number 5, Tavian Jones, who Dominic has shut down the last couple of possessions? So minute 27 is going to be interesting.
I tell you what, he hasn't been shut down. He scored the last couple buckets, but I'll tell you this. You got number 3. He's ready to knock that 3 down, and you got a stretch player right here. But guess who they're going to?
So they're going back to Dominic. He's cooking right now.
They're going 2-man game. He's setting them up, and now he's taking them off the dribble. You got a screen. He's like, come on and get it. There
and
it is.
There's the big man.
That's
a foul.
Yes. See, that's what he can do. He can set it up. He's patient. He puts you in the spot, and then you slip it. Okay, normally they can run pick and pop. They didn't do that. He ran a slip screen, dropped down, and he hit him right there. Now can he make the free throws? We got 1:10 left. So, guys, it comes down to free throws and execution.
Fundamental basketball right here is going to be a huge part. These free throws are crucial. As he hit the first one.
There's a minute and 10 to go in the 12th round. We are in a boxing heavyweight championship, and they got another championship to play. So one team, and Dominic says, clear out, take the other space. You get with the big, I'll seal him off here. And either way, folks, this is real deal basketball. This is the HBCU Pro Basketball Association. This is put on by Delaware Sports USA, and we are playing in the Pro-Am National Basketball Championship. The prize is $100,000, and this is just the semifinals. Try to get there. So this one's real deal. And there's your guy. He got bumped, he got fouled, and there's a three-pointer. Oh, baby. Boy, they got a lucky bounce.
Oh, you couldn't finish. He got hung at the rim. Oh, that would have tied the ball game with about 50 seconds left. Again, we talked about it, Mike. Those are the legs right there giving out.
I think it slipped out of his hand to get that elevation.
The legs are tiring now.
Now, in game 1, he'd have dunked that.
Easily. Not now.
He's playing some pressure. Oh, that's not a foul. That's good basketball. Boy,
that's good basketball.
There's a 4th foul. They fouled him 4 times. They fouled him 4 times.
No foul.
He got fouled, and they didn't call it. Tom, would you see foul? I think he got fouled before the play.
I think we had an offensive. Do we have an offensive foul there?
But he got bumped 3 or 4 times before he got to the offensive foul is what I'm saying. He got bumped.
He did.
We got a clear angle, and he got banged off the dribble on the first dribble, banged again, and then they run him into the 3rd dribble, they call offensive foul.
So, again, what Tom said was that was not a foul because he didn't have control. Is that the reason why he said it was no foul call? Or it should have been those 3 or 4 times. I agree with you. I think there should have been a foul there.
That was a flat-out foul. What happened was he lost the ball because he got fouled.
Exactly.
If he didn't get fouled, he wouldn't have lost the ball.
Yeah.
Now, officials got to see that. You even got the scorekeeper turn around looking at the same. He's agreeing with me, saying there were 2 fouls before he lost the ball and got to the charge.
Exactly.
But when you get in championship basketball, I'll tell you this, and Tom knows it, officials swallow their whistles.
They do.
And that's something you won't want to do because you got to make that call. And man,
even though you don't want to. Those are the tough moments you got to make the call. As we're down to 34 seconds and we're at a 2-point game right now. YSS is currently up on Black Leather Supreme. So let's see how this next couple of possessions go and play out here.
Well, I tell you what, this ball game, boy, they're locking them up too.
Big man on big man here.
Slick though, big man slick. He's slick. That's a foul.
Oh, yeah. Nice
he's
foul.
slick.
Oh, travel.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, he can't overrule that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Look at Dominic. Oh, my goodness. He like put him in. Dominic wants
32 in the game. Dominic's calling for a coach to put 32 in the game.
He's not having it. Dominic's not having it. He wants 32. He wants to win this.
I'm not. I travel. Yeah. That's a tough call.
Well, here's what happened. The officials are at the sideline talking about it. They're asking, what did you see? Okay? But boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what. We've had 2 of the last 2 possessions. We had a foul on the play prior. They called a charge. Now, in the NBA, sometimes they do. In pro basketball, called a makeup call.
Exactly.
That's a makeup call.
And
If you miss one on this end,
you pick it up on the other end.
You just don't want to make it up at this time of the game.
It's too crucial. 18 seconds left in the game. A travel call of that nature, don't let that be the determining call of the play. Again, that was good ISO basketball. You had a good matchup there. And again, I didn't personally see where the travel was, but hey, the ref called it as he saw it. Again,
he still wants to go in.
He still wants to go in.
Look at him. He still wants to go in. And they're still trying to get him. Finally, coach just came up and say, look, we got a blank to play. I can't repeat what he said, but he was like, look, you need to knock it off. There he is. You're going to have to foul him.
Then we got Dominic.
You're going to have to foul him. You're going to have to foul him. You're going to have to foul him.
You got to foul him. It's only 10 seconds left. Why wouldn't you? It wastes too much time.
Can they make the foul before they call the foul? I'm asking my referee consultant, Tom, who actually works in the evaluation process of the referees, and that referee called the foul before the foul actually happened. But, you know, that happens because she thought it was going to happen, but if something would have happened and he slipped and fell, that would have been a little bit too quick on the whistle. Now we're coming down to the free throw. Here we go, folks.
I
told you
it's
like an ocean. But when the game gets on the line, you're looking through the eye of the needle, and you're shooting a free throw. You needed that one if you went up by 4, but you definitely want to go up by 3.
Absolutely.
That was a huge miss.
That's a huge miss there.
9.1 seconds, folks. They got the second.
We do have overtime, correct, Tom? We do have overtime, so overtime rules do apply.
Well,
9 seconds.
About basketball, you can't end it in tie. One's got, can it? Oh, that's a legal.
Our ball game.
Oh.
Charge. Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow. What was that? He lost a tooth? Did he get knocked out or he lost a tooth? What was that? He's like, my jaw. He's looking at my jaw. He might have broken his jaw is what he said. He's not feeling. He's saying, is my jaw? Did I break my jaw?
Oh, we got it's 10 in the ref.
If they got to bring him out, that may be a big loss. He's checking it out to say, did I break my jaw? He's splitting blood right now. Okay. I think his jaw just got moved. Dominic's saying he's spitting blood. He ran right into it. They're going to have to get a sub for the blood. That's definitely it. He can't finish the game. I don't know what that's all about. I mean, he's probably going to have to go get checked out. He felt his jaw is moved. Okay, he's still splitting, but he's spitting a lot of blood on the sideline. But they're going to have to get him checked out. That's not good. Well, the player who wanted to go in the game is now in the game. So I hope he actually makes the play, but he's been asking to get in the game for a long time. They're probably going to need an ice bucket or something for Dominique. Because definitely he feels his jaw's been moved and he's spitting blood continuously. So he's going to need some help.
He lost 2?
He thinks he's broken his jaw, but we don't know. That's speculation. He's going to have to get checked out by the trainer. Okay, but that was something. What happened was they just ran through the screen. They just ran him over.
Oh, Dominic. Oh. He just was supposed to. Breaking news here. As we hear that Dominic's supposed to potentially play in a big 3. They just said he may now, because of this injury, may now miss his opportunity to play into the big 3.
Well, I tell you what, one thing I know about Dominic Johnson, whether his jaw heals or not, he'll be in the big league for sure. He's still young.
And again, YSS pulls out the victory here at the last minute, 95-91.
One thing I tell you about me, Mike, I can always tell you I can pick it better than I can play.
Hey, Mike, you can't say that my dark horse did not give you other team a run for his money. Great basketball game here.
They gave him a run. But we know we serve no cheese with the wine.
Right.
It's just that you got to win. But regardless of what we had going on, both teams gave a very valid effort. That was an outstanding game. Okay, you got YSS, took them down 95-91. Okay, it ended on a bad thing for Dominic Johnson. One of the reports, he's supposed to leave after this and go play in the Big Three. Okay, that's Ice Cube's pro basketball. But now he may be late in that opportunity. We're going to wish and pray for him the best, okay, that everything is okay, and that he moves forward healthy coming out of this game. For YSS advances, you're going to look at here, you got Black Leather Supreme. We got to give him a
great hand of applause the way those guys played. They gave it everything they had. They gave us some great basketball. Great way to end the semifinals today. Great game, great effort from everybody. You got $100,000 on the line, Mike. I don't think we could ask for more than what they gave us. So again, Black Leather Supreme right now, kind of having words.
Well, you know what? What happens is, it's hard to lose.
It's hard.
Nobody wants to lose. And I'm telling you, nobody wants to lose $100 grand when you're winning with 3 minutes to go and you end up losing the ball game.
Again.
This is a tough tournament. It is the HBCU Pro Basketball Association. This is done by Delaware USA Sports. And these guys are going out in the tunnel. But folks, we're going to wrap it up. This game has come to a close, and we're going to make sure we get this thing right. So we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll be back. We're going to wrap this thing up. But this is high-level, high-intensity basketball. Mike Walker and Tom the Jew is here. We'll see you tomorrow, folks.